hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have been so excited to do my very first paycheck to paycheck budget and my cash stuffing envelopes for the very first week of January. As most of you probably know, I upped my sinking fund categories from 7 to 15. So all of these here will be sinking funds. So I've seriously been counting down the days until I get to do this paycheck to paycheck budget, and it's finally here. So today is February. Wow, I'm really getting ahead of myself. Friday, January 3rd, the very first paycheck for me for 2020. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you saw my most recent video, you would know that I actually changed from the coiled planner for my budgeting to the binder planner system. So this is the deluxe monthly planner in the binder, I guess you would say, collection. So this is what I'm going to be using for 2020, and I like it because I can take the pages out, do whatever I'm working on, and then put them back in. I was also able to customize it, and you guys can see how I set it up and exactly how I use it to budget, along with what pages I use for what part of my budgeting every single month. So go check that video out if you have not seen that. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And I have a white background here, which I normally do not have, so I might need to get some contact paper and lay that down, because the white background with the white paper kind of just blends everything together. So hopefully you guys can bear with me with that until I get that figured out. So we're going to go ahead and do paycheck one. So like always, I will start with expenses, and then I will move to cash envelopes, and then sinking funds. And someone suggested, because I was having a hard time, I used to have cash envelopes up here and then sinking funds right below it, but because I have so many sinking funds now, I kind of had to adjust it. So I'll do expenses over here, then cash envelopes, then sinking funds, then the breakdown here at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So my first expense for the new year is going to be Apple. And Apple is $6.75 today. And then we have one main. And that one is $76.25. Now these are weekly amounts that I am writing down. I separate out all of my bills into quarters so that every week when I get paid, every Friday, I take out a quarter of what the minimum payment would be. Next is going to be my car loan, which is $153. And then Hulu, we have Hulu Live for our TV, and that's $11.80. And then Verizon for cell phones, and that one is $31.87. And then my kids' school account is $14. My daughter's tumbling is $13. And then last is going to be rent, which is, I'm actually doing $40. And that is because I have 5 Fridays, so basically 5 paydays before that $200 is due, so I divided that one by 5 rather than 4. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these added up. So we have $675, $76.25, $153, $11.80, $31.87, $14, $13, and $40. So $346.37. 667. Now, if you notice, from the last one that I did, I no longer have Capital One up here for a debt, and I also no longer have my car insurance, and that is because I paid off Capital One in December, and I paid my 6-month insurance premium, so that'll last me from January to July 15th of 2020. So I don't have either of those 2 payments, so that dropped me down a little bit in my expenses, which is always exciting. Okay, so now we're going to go and move to cash envelopes. So my first cash envelope is gas, and gas gets the normal weekly amount of $40. And then we're going to do groceries, which gets the normal $80. And spending is $40. So we're looking at $160 there, and that has not changed. That will stay the same. And now we have sinking funds. So I am going to start with one of my kids' savings accounts, and that is going to be $10. And then I'm going to do back to school. So I did a whole video on all of these sinking funds for 2020 and what sinking funds I was setting up and why I was setting them up and the amounts that I that I put for each one. So I'm not going to really get into too much detail on that in this video, so if you guys want to go check that out, I think it was titled Setting Up My 2020 Sinking Funds, or Setting Up My Sinking Funds for 2020. Go check that out. It was a really good video, and that'll explain to you all the details about these sinking funds. So back to school is 20, car insurance of 10, and so this car insurance is actually going to be for my premium from July to December when I get to July and my 6-month premium runs up. Then car maintenance of 10, Christmas of 25, another kid savings for 10, gifts for 10, household is 15 a week, kids, and so this one is different from savings. This one would be like if they needed new clothes or a new pair of shoes or snow boots or something like that. The last kids savings, sorry, I know this is not very pretty and aligned. Medical is going to get its usual 5. Personal care, I use this one for haircuts. And eyebrow waxing for myself, which is a necessity for me. Then my personal savings, which I am doing 20 a week. I already have my $1,000 emergency fund. So this, and I haven't added anything into that since I got it. I've just been working on paying off debt. But because I have paid off quite a bit of debt in the last year, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and start adding back into savings. School tuition, this will be for the kids 2020 to 21 school tuition year, and that's $36 a week. And then, oh, for a second there I forgot how to spell vacation. Then last is vacation. I would like to take my kids somewhere this summer, maybe Mount Rushmore. They really want to see that, and I've actually driven by it but never been there. So I think that would be neat as well. So those are all of my sinking funds. There is a lot of them, but I also have paid off so much in debt that I have a lot of free money left over after paying for all of those. So I wanted to contribute it to some more sinking funds. And let's face it, I love sinking funds. So what better way than to spend my money? So we have $241 in sinking funds. Okay, so far we have our expenses of $346.67, cash envelopes of $160, and sinking funds of $241. So this one here, I pay that through my bank account, so it's automatically withdrawn. I actually do it through Capital One 360, and then this one and all these ones here I will take out of the bank in cash. So let me grab my income for the week and see exactly what that was, and then we'll go and fill the income in, and then we will do my paycheck breakdown down here at the bottom. Okay, so we are now going to go ahead and fill in my income for the week. So the two incomes that I am budgeting with here are my full-time job and my part-time job. I say this every time, but just in case there's anybody new here, I do not budget my weekly paycheck to paycheck budgets with anything from Etsy, YouTube, Sharacell, Amazon, anything. No online income is used to budget here, and that is because online income is obviously very variable. I might get $1,000 this week, and next week I might not get anything. So I want to know that I can cover my day-to-day expenses, the things that I need to live, as well as, you know, gas, groceries, and whatnot, and sinking funds and everything, that I can cover all of this with my fixed full-time and part-time job, the incomes that I know what they're going to be every single week, that doesn't change. So, and then I use my online income as extra debt snowball payment, or to go towards savings, or whatever I might be working on in that specific month. So my full-time job for the first week of the new year was $567, and then my part-time was $245. So if we quickly add these two together, so we have $567 and $245, we come up with $813 for the week. So now what I'm going to do, so we have everything filled out. We have our income here, expenses, cash envelopes, and sinking funds. So I'm going to pull those totals, put them down here in the paycheck breakdown. So we're going to fill in, we will have income, obviously, and then expenses, cash envelopes, and last is sinking funds. So again, income total was $813 for the week. expenses coming from this right here were $346.67. Cash envelopes were $160. And my long list of sinking funds are $241. And I have to tell you, so I already pulled out the cash for my sinking funds and my cash envelopes. And I have only had 7 sinking funds. So I had so much more cash to pull out this week than I have. And not like they're big amounts or anything, but I needed a lot of 20s, I needed a lot of 10s, and I needed a lot of 5s. So I have to give my bank credit for dealing with all of this right here because they're pretty good to do that for me. Okay, I think what I want to do here, I'm going to add up these totals here. So we have $346.67, cash envelopes of $160, and sinking funds of $241. So that puts us at $747.67, and we'll subtract that from my income, which leaves me with $65.33. So this total here that is remaining will go along with my Etsy, YouTube, etc. online income, and I'll make one big lump sum debt snowball payment the end of January to whatever debt I'm working on. And if we pull this binder back out, I will show you guys. Let's see here. Here we go. So for January, I am working on my one main, which is a personal loan. So my goal this month is to put $3,000 towards that. It's obviously the beginning of the month, so we're just kind of getting started. So I will have to see how that goes, and if I'm able to do that, or if I can put more towards it, I definitely will. So that is that. I am going to actually do my cash envelopes lumped into this video as well. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my cash. I have it all right here, and like I said, I have so many bills. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up along with my envelopes, and then we will come right back and we'll get the envelopes stuffed. Okay, so I got everything laid out here. I'm going to go ahead and start with my 3 cash envelopes. So the first one is spending. And for spending, it looks like I have $10 left over. I'm going to set that to the side. And spending this week is getting $20. So we will go ahead and get that 20 put in there. Next is groceries, and I see we have some left in here. A whopping $2 left in groceries. I'm going to put that to the side as well. Groceries gets 80, so we're going to do 50, 60, 70, and 80. And groceries is funded. And then last is gas. I didn't think I had, oh, nope, I did. I had $5 left in gas. So I'll put that to the side, and then gas gets 40. I don't know why I was thinking that I had spent everything in gas, but that's okay. So we have that. We'll leave this money to the side till the end, and I'll show you what I do with that. So now we're going to go ahead and open up my sinking funds binder. So I need to scooch this money over a tad. Okay, so this binder is a, it's just a 6-ring binder by Recollections. I got this from Michael's, and this has all of my 14 sinking funds, as well as, actually 15 sinking funds, as well as a debt snowball envelope and a rent envelope, because I pay my rent in cash, and I just keep it in here. So what I do is, like I said, there are some of these, a lot of these, that I am filling for the first time. So like you can see that they have no tracking information on the back of them, but then we have others, like car maintenance that I have been filling for quite some time. So every time I put money in these or take money out, I use a wet erase marker from Erin Condren. I write the date, the amount I'm putting in or taking out, and then what the updated total is. That way, if I want to know what I have in a certain sinking fund, I don't have to take it out and count it every time. I can just look on the back. So that is what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first one is my first child's sinking fund, and as you can see, I do $10, or that is what I determined I am going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put the first $10 in this one. And like I said, this is the first time I'm filling this one, so it is completely empty. So we're going to start fresh. So today is the 3rd. We're adding in 10, so our balance is $10. Same with back to school. This one has nothing in it, and back to school is for back to school shopping, and it is going to get 20. So go ahead and grab a 20 here and get that one in here. And again, today is the 3rd. Adding in 20 puts our balance at 20. Car insurance, this is for my premium that will be from July to December, because I already paid my 6-month premium from January to July. So this one is going to be $15. So we'll go ahead and get that in there. And we'll get this information written down. 15, which gives us 15. So car maintenance last week had 170. I just like to count it on when I'm filling them, so I make sure that I didn't miscount something or forget to take something out somewhere along the way. So we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. See, and I'm supposed to have 170. Make sure I didn't count wrong. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170. Must have had a 10 stuck to each other. So we're going to add in another 10, which will put us at 180 for the week. Oh my goodness. There we go. So we have 1,3, adding in 10, puts us at 180. Okay, Christmas last week had 150. So we have 1, 20, 40, 45, 50. I had some money left over from Christmas for 2019. So I just kind of rolled that over, or I left it in my Christmas envelope. Some people asked why I wasn't going to put it towards debt, and if I really felt that I had to, I would, but I had a pretty significant debt snowball payment for December, so I thought it was okay that I left that $100 in there. So this is my second child's savings. Nothing in there yet, so this one is going to get 10. And then I don't know if once a month I will take the money out of here and go, they all have a savings account at the bank. I don't know if once a month I will take it out and go put it into that savings account, or if I'll do it like on a quarterly basis. I haven't decided that yet. Obviously, interest-wise, it would be more beneficial for it to get into the bank. So I'm not sure yet. Gifts, last week had 120, and this is all in tens. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 110, 120. We're adding another 10. It's going to put us at 130 for the new year. So adding in 10, 130. Household, last week was at 90. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. We're going to add in 15. So that will put us at 105. And this envelope I use, like especially if we go to Sam's Club, like to get laundry detergent or paper products, stuff like that. Kids last week had a 105. If I could get that out. There we go. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140, 150. And then kids gets 20 a week. So this is now going to be at 170. See, like this one here, I could probably, oh, and I was at 210. On New Year's Day, I took the kids to the movie, the new Frozen movie. So I took out $60 to do that. And it was really fun. I didn't have to work that day, and it was just a really fun day. Anyways, I could probably decrease the amount that I'm putting in my kids' envelope every week because I don't use it too often. Like we went to the movie here. There was another, oh, right here, I had 160, but I took out $70 because two of them needed new snow boots. So I don't use it a ton, but I'm probably just going to leave it for now just because something very well could happen, and that way I know that the money's there. This is my third child's savings, so we'll put 10 in here. And get this one filled out for the first time. And then medical, I did have a copay due the other day, which was $25, which took me down to $35. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And this one gets 5, so we'll put this one up at 40 for the week. 3, so we're doing 5, balance of 40. Personal care was at 105, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. Oh. It actually should have been 110. I just didn't do my math very good. There we go. Okay, so we're going to add 15 to this one. And it will now be at, well, now I still did that wrong. This one used to be at 110 last week. So now we'll be at 125. Those 15s, you know, they really get you. There we go, 125. I use this one to get my kids' haircuts and to get my haircut and my eyebrows waxed. Rent, I feel like I have a lot of money left over. Anyways, rent, I'm doing 40, so I took out what I had in there a few days ago and paid that. So I have 5 Fridays until my rent is due, so we're going to do 40 every week. So we'll get that in there. So adding in 40, which puts us at 40. So this one here is my personal savings, which is a new one, and this one is getting 20. Yeah, 20. And then again with this one, I don't know if I will put this money into my savings account on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis. I have not exactly figured that out yet. I think I do have some extra 5s. Maybe. Okay, school tuition. So this is to pay for my kids' tuition for the 2020 to 2021 school year. It's going to be $36. And 20, 35, yeah, so 36. And then that will, by the time August comes around and I register them, I will have all that money up front to pay for that entire next year's worth of school. So I'm really excited to be able to do that. This will be the first time that I have ever been able to do that. So that is nice. Yeah, I have some extra 5s here. A lot of extra 5s. Okay, so vacation gets 20. So I don't know why I have so many 5s, but I do. So I will have to go back to the drawing board and figure that one out. So this is 1-3. So this vacation fund, I would like to take my kids to like Mount Rushmore or something this summer, so that is what I'm going to utilize that for. Okay, so now I have this money here, which came from my expense envelopes, my cash envelopes with the gas, spending, and groceries. So I put this in here, so I have $17. I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to do that every week, and then the money that I have in here at the end of the month, I just add to my debt snowball payment. So like last month I had 105, in November I had 157, so it really does add up, which is really nice. So I'm putting in 17, which will give us a balance of 17 for the week. And that is it. That is my cash envelope and paycheck to paycheck stuffing video for the week. I'm so happy that I got to do this. I love stuffing cash envelopes and I like watching the numbers increase, and I'm really excited that I got these new ones that I get to start stuffing now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I know it ran a little long, but thank you to those of you who are still watching. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button and the notification bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!